Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Mildred. Hey, Mildred, how you doing? How you doing, kiddo? Oh, I know. She likes to hang out with me now while we're doing these things. That's why I put that little thing there. You know, she gets all comfy, and then we have a good time together, and she upstages me terribly. So let's leave her in the picture for a little while and see what happens. Maybe she'll hang out, or maybe she won't. We're here with Ripe for Reissue. Reissue. I gotta get the R rolled properly. It's difficult sometimes. Yes, dear, I know. So, oh my. Okay. Here comes the pornographic part. There it went. Okay, now, there we are. So, that's better. Yes, exactly. Be modest. So, here we have Erik Satie and Friends. An absolutely wonderful collection. Original album collection. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, is it 13 discs? Yes. 13 CDs from Sony Classical and RCA. And I thought that I talked about this. I really did, but I was looking for it. My head's getting chopped off, and you'd rather watch the cat anyway. I really thought that I talked about this set, but I've done now 3,200 videos on 193 playlists in the past 3.5 years, and I don't know. I mean, maybe I didn't. I can't find it. And, you know, it didn't talk about it as ripe for reissue because that particular category didn't exist when I would have originally discussed it. So I'm discussing it now. And if I'm doing it again, I apologize, but it's out of print and it shouldn't be. So there's another reason to mention it because there's some wonderful, wonderful stuff in here. It's a beautiful set. It's nicely packaged. Original albums. I mean, there was some thought, some design, some someone who knew what they were doing, put this together, and then it just, poof, away it went. It's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. So let's go through it and see what we're missing. Fortunately, I have a couple of them. I mean, but I just don't understand it. It came with a lovely booklet. See, a beautiful booklet. And maybe I did this on ClassicsToday.com. I don't even remember. I really don't know. But here are the discs. So the first is Soirée Française. I mean, this is a classic album. It's Pierre Bernac, baritone, and Poulenc, piano. Yes, he's playing the piano in songs of Poulenc, Debussy, Chabrier, and Satie. I mean, what a wonderful concept. It's beautiful. There's the original jacket, kind of ugly. I mean, in those days, jackets weren't anything special. Jackets in classical music really only became interesting after pop music people got a hold of classical labels and began to tell people, to show how an album design and marketing and actually selling things could be part of the product. I mean, the classical industry never quite figured it out, but I mean, that happened. There was a moment when album covers began to become important, and it was a function of the pop music rub-off on the classical music world. And then we've got Meet the Composer, Francis Poulenc, playing his own works. Whoa, baby! I mean, it's wonderful. And playing his own works, he plays, let's see, you have the Mouvement Perpetuel, the Nocturne, and the Suite Française, and then music by Satie. And there it is. Of course, he knew Satie. I mean, these are such delightful, wonderful, important historical recordings. Then we've got 1900 to 1952, music for two pianos with Gold and Fizdale. Claude Debussy, the Six Epigraphes Antiques, Francis Poulenc, the Sonata for Piano Four Hands, Milhaud's Concertino d'automne, and Satie's En habit de cheval. Yes, dressed up like you're in your horse outfit or something like that, getting ready for riding. Well, whatever it means. So then we've got more French piano music for four hands by Robert and Gaby Casadessus. We have, let's see, Debussy's Petite Suite, Chabrier's Trois Valses Romantiques, Satie's Trois Morceaux en forme de poire, and Fauré's Dolly. Just fabulous disc. And we've got some of these are mono, some of them are stereo. Who cares? They all sound fine. Music from France for oboe and orchestra. Okay, you've got Francais, the L'Horloge de Flore, the Flower Clock, Ibert's Symphonie Concertante, and Satie, orchestrated by Debussy, Gymnopédie, with like famous oboe people. It's John Delancey. I knew that. In the London Symphony Orchestra under Andre Previn. Whoa! Isn't that cool? It's RCA Victor. It's in the big Previn box, I think, but what the heck. Then we've got, let's see, who else do we have here? We have, Massalos plays Satie on RCA. Gosh, this is so tiny, teeny, tiny stuff. William Massalos. I can't talk about everything that's in here. I can't even read it. I had my magnifying glass, but he's playing Satie. And then we have Philippe Entremont conducting Satie. So this is orchestral stuff. The Gymnopédies 1 and 3, Parade, Relâche, with the Royal Philharmonic. So that's nice. And more Philippe Entremont, à la Française, playing Debussy, Ravel, Chabrier, Satie, Fauré, and Poulenc. This is just, I love this collection. First of all, I love French music. I love French piano music. I love French chamber music. I love Satie. I love Poulenc. I love Reissue. I love Fauré. I love Chabrier. It's all great. So, it's such a wonderful repertoire. Then we've got Ravel, Histoire Naturelle, and Satie 8 Melodies with Régine Crespin and Entremont. It does not get better than that. Here it is, the original jacket. Not such a wonderful jacket. Well, it's sort of Fauvist, kind of Matisse-like there. Maybe it is Matisse, for all I know. Then we have Daniel Varzano playing Satie piano music, another Satie recital. He had his 15 minutes of fame. And then more Satie and Entremont doing other stuff like that. And The French Touch. Ravel, Le Tombeau de Couperin, Introduction at Allegro, Pavane for a Dead Princess, Satie, Gymnopédie, Fauré, Pavane, the National Philharmonic under Charles Gerhardt, the great film music composer, guy, and producer. The sound is always wonderful. It's with the National Philharmonic, and there he is, Charles Gerhardt. There he is. Isn't that great? I mean, when's the last time you saw that album? It's wonderful. Then we've got this 13th one where we've got Saint-Saëns Fourth Piano Concerto with Casadei and Rodzinski and the New York Philharmonic. This is very historical. And Robert and Gabby Casadei doing the Satie Trois Morceaux en forme de poire, which they've done already, but there you go. 13 discs. All right. So it's a splendid box, as I hope you've noticed. I mean, really just amazing. Absolutely amazing that this has been deleted. Now, the Casadei stuff is in the Casadei box. The Rodzinski stuff will be in the Rodzinski box. The Gerhardt is out in no man's land. The Entremont is in the Entremont box. It's all been reapportioned and spread out. But this, in a world where concept albums are usually stupid, and the concepts never work, this was an inspired idea because it captures a genuine historical moment, a group of composers centered around this sort of galvanizing figure of Erik Satie and his crew. I just love this box. It's a beautiful, beautiful box, and it's gone. And it really ought to be available. And I can yell and scream all I want, and no one will care. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.